Wave fans, let me hear ya as we introduce your seven-time champions, Milwaukee Wave. As always, we begin with the best mascot in the business. Give it up for Brad Beach. And let's meet the team. He's a midfielder from Whitefish Bay. Number 6, Sean Esqueta. He's a forward from Brazil. Number 7, Ricardo Carvalho. He's a midfielder from Brazil. Number 8, Breno Oliveira. He's a forward from Elgin, Illinois. Number 9, Derek Hoffman. Starting at defender from Aurora, Illinois, number 10, Mario Alvarez. He's a defender from Nina, number 12, Stuart Gravel. A midfielder from Chicago, number 15, Cesar Correa. Starting at forward, the man from Milwaukee, number 20, Tony Wall. A midfielder from Germany, number 23, Max Ludwig. A forward from Ontario, team captain of your Milwaukee Wave, number 26, Ian Bennett. A goalkeeper from La Cruces, New Mexico, number 32, Augie Ray. Your starting goalkeeper tonight from Rochester, New York, number 33, William Bonahaney. He's a midfielder from Sterling Heights, Michigan, number 44, Alex Steinwasser. A forward from Cameroon. The king is here. Give it up for number 70 for Rank Tayu. A forward from Chicago starting tonight. He's oh so saucy. Number 80, Alex Sanchez. And a forward from Sterling Heights, Michigan, number 97, Javier Steinwasser. Your all-star coaching staff. We begin with athletic trainers Ricardo Vidal and Ariel Hochtel. Assistant coaches Marcio Leite and Tenzin Rampa. Head coach of your Milwaukee Wave, former player, former All-Star, and his number retired tonight. Give it up for Giuliano Oliviero. And your 7-time champions, Milwaukee Wave. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America. Presenting the colors for tonight's game, Scouting America Troop 156. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
From Panther Arena in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as we look at the video flyover of the Blue Angels. It's MASL Soccer tonight. The Milwaukee Wave hosting the St. Louis Ambush. And the Ambush, red hot, having won 5 straight, which is a franchise record for their MASL existence. Going back to the first year of this league in 2014-15, they come in at 11-11-1 for 33 points, currently holding down what would be the 8th and final playoff spot in the MASL. They are 1 point ahead of the Tacoma Stars, who will play later on tonight in San Diego, but the Ambush control their own destiny. A 3-point victory here today in regulation, and they are in, and they will put their 5-6-0 road record on the line here against the Wave, with whom they've defeated 2 of 3 times, with all 3 of those in St. Louis thus far. So this is the only game of the 4-game series that will take place here in Milwaukee, where the Wave traditionally has done pretty well against the Ambush. 20-2 lifetime here in Milwaukee against the Ambush. Milwaukee currently in 5th, 13-8-2, 8-1-2 at home for 39 points. The highest the Wave can finish would be in 5th place, and they will need a win today to maintain 5th place, a 3-point victory, with Utica City already defeating the Texas Outlaws. So, AK, we talk about the Ambush being hot. It seems like all the teams in St. Louis are red hot right now.
Yeah, they are. You've got the Blues on a 9-game winning streak. You've got the Battlehawks that were in action last night. You got St. Louis City, and you've got the Ambush. And they're not talking about Nelly in St. Louis right now, Tom. They're talking about Willie Eske. And Milwaukee today with Willie of their own, Willie Bonahene in goal, is going to try to shut down the St. Louis Willie. And we know they're watching in St. Louis at their watch party. We know they're watching in Tacoma. Nick Pereira and the gang have got to be watching this one. Nick helped win us a championship back in the day with the Wave. And so I know Giuliano Oliveira said he feels like he owes Nick one. And so the Wave's going to come out tonight, try to do their part, and put Tacoma in a meaningful game at San Diego later on this evening.
Will Eske and the Ambush defeating the Wave 8-6 Friday night in St. Louis. The Wave resting a lot of their regular guys, including that man right there, Tony Walls, but basically had 6 of their top 7 scorers who were sitting that one out. Obviously, Coach Giuliano Oliveira, who you see right there, who, by the way, is having his number 21 retired today and will be raised to the rafters with the 6 others of Wave legendary status. Did not want to play players back-to-back if he didn't have to this weekend. I thought it was a good effort by the boys the other night, led by Alex Sanchez. Frank Taillou getting a chance to play against St. Louis for the first time since the Wave acquired him in that trade for Robbie Williamson last month.
Yeah, it was. And tonight, big night for Giuliano Oliveira. As you said, gets his number retired. I saw Stevie Morris. Stevie, one of the original members to have their number retired up in the banner. He's here tonight, along with Coach Tozer. Jim Lindenberg, the Wave's former owner, is in attendance as well. But big night for Jules, big night for the Wave, and a big night for the Ambush.
Underway here from Milwaukee, St. Louis in the teal and white uniforms, moving it right to left as we look at the action. Willie Bonahene is the goalkeeper for Milwaukee. He is opposed by Paulo Nascimento in the nets for the St. Louis Ambush. Robbie Williamson, who was the man acquired by St. Louis in that trade for Frank Taillou. He's a starter out there tonight, number 15. You can't miss Robbie with the big hair. That one played in off the end board. It'll come near side where Sanchez has it. Alex, who had a goal and a couple of assists the other night, lost it. Now Colin O'Keefe comes in, shot, save, Willie B! And a big stop by Willie B right off the bat.
Well, .1 for Milwaukee's Willie right there on the big save.
Javi Steinwasser coming off the bench to try to play it. Mo Ndiaye knocks it away. Now headed back to Hundelt as Frank Taillou goes the corner. Again, Frank did not play Friday night because the conditions of the trade, he was not allowed to play in St. Louis in those 2 games the Wave played the Ambush, the 2 out of the 3 that they played in St. Louis. That
was part of the deal of that trade, bringing Frank here to Milwaukee. And Frank's 5 games with the Wave, he's got 18 points, Tom. 18 or 19 points, I think. 3.8 points per game as a member of the Wave.
Yeah, he's adjusted very nicely so far.
12 goals, 7 assists.
Cesar Correa with it. We'll play it off our side. Javi Steinwasser. Javi, the older of the 2 Steinwasser brothers. Now Ricardo Carvalho with it on the far board. Ricardo also sitting out Friday's game. And again, Wave hoping they can have a good effort from the full lineup here today and then get ready to go to San Diego for the postseason, which starts Friday night. Now, because of the earlier result today with the Baltimore Blast defeating the Kansas City Comets 8-5 in Baltimore, that clinched 3rd place for the Blast. The Comets will finish 4th. So the winner, if the Wave wins this game, they will play Kansas City on Saturday night in San Diego. If the Wave loses, they would finish in 6th place. Excuse me. They would finish in 6th place. Utica, which beat Texas earlier today, then would move up to 5th. So if a Wave loses, Utica is going to end up playing Kansas City, and the Wave would play Baltimore. So either way, AK, the Wave could either be playing Kansas City or Baltimore. They're locked into one of those 2 opponents.
Yeah, and they know both those teams very well. The only thing I'll say is Baltimore, with the big injury to Ricardo Diegues, and we hope Ricardo is okay. Hopefully he recovers from that, since I know it's going to be a long road back for the big Brazilian striker. He had a great season for Baltimore, and David Bascome.
Yeah, really one of the unsung superstars in this league, Ricardo Dieguez, and unfortunate again, suffered a ankle injury, broken fibula the other night in that game against the Texas Outlaws, and obviously our hearts go out to him. We hope he's going to be able to fully recover and resume his career if he wants to.
As I've said many times about the Baltimore Blast, Tom, it's all the same, only the names have changed. It doesn't matter who puts that jersey on, man. They go out there and they win games.
Paulo coming forward. We will certainly see him come forward into the attacking half of the field a few times tonight. Now takeaway here. Eske will fire a shot, save made Willie B. So Willie B with his third save already here in the first quarter. James Thomas at the line, not to be confused with Jamie Thomas, who plays for Baltimore.
First save by Willie B on Will Eske, number 14.
Now Riley Uri, acquired from the Empire Strikers. Actually, he used to play in Empire, I think maybe from Harrisburg he came over from earlier this year. Here's Daduka Carvalho. Daduka has really been hot as of late. Uri trying to get top of the arc. Well defended by Breno. A couple of times Breno knocks away. Now Almeida with a bouncing shot turned away by Willie B. And Uri will regain control. Riley Uri. Uri, a 24-year-old out of West Glover, Vermont. He will turn 25 next week. And he's obviously hoping to celebrate that birthday in San Diego if the ambush can get there.
And Tom, you mentioned the Heat, right? I mean, how about the Heat? How about the Heat, what they did the other night at Chihuahua, against Chihuahua?
Yeah, and last I saw they were winning 4-2.
Still up 4-2 in that game right now.
Gave them a good battle last night, losing 6-5 in a game that was delayed 50 minutes due to a water line break.
Now, be truthful now. Did you sit there and watch the whole 50 minutes of the water line break, or did you switch it over to the other game?
As Adaraju misses a shot. Yeah, I had it on the tablet while watching.
You had the dual TVs going?
But I'll tell you, I had the audio on it. Johnny Wilsbach, who, one of the legendary broadcasters of our league, I thought he had the great line of the night when talking about the mud pit that was being formed from all the water falling on the dirt surface of the Equine Arena. At one point, Johnny looked up and he said, "Man, this is looking like Woodstock out there."
Yeah. Johnny's he's a legendary broadcaster. I say he's one of the Albert brothers, the Albert Broadcasting brothers.
Here's Ian Bennett. Fires one in, save made Nascimento. Ian keeps it going. He's along the baseline, but it was swept away by Thomas, who was laying on his side.
I guess you could lay on the ground and play the ball now.
I guess so. That should have been a foul. Back they come the other way. Around the far side, Cesar Correa with it. Cesar, the third-year defender out of Chicago. Second year with the Wave. Willie B gets a hand to that one, punches out, and now as it comes down to midfield, we're going to foul called against the ambush. 9:02 left to go here in the first period. So the ambush with a chance to win the season series for the first time ever against the Milwaukee Wave. The Wave has really dominated the all-time series between the Tubs. Javi Steinwasser trying to come in, cut off by Hundelt.
Sorry, Tom, go ahead.
Dylan Hundelt, whose father Kevin played for the ambush years ago and was a heck of a player back in his day. Max Ludwig, the rookie out of UW Parkside. Now Tayu for Javi Steinwasser. Nascimento will get there and clear it out. And Riley Uri back the other way. Gets away from Ludwig. Confronted by Mario Alvarez, eventually goes down and the foul is called.
Fans not liking that call. You mentioned Dylan Hundelt, his father Kevin. Kevin probably a better offensive player than Dylan. Dylan might be a little better defensive player than Kevin was.
Kevin was the Paul Coffey coming out of the back. He was the defenseman who could read the game on offense. When he came flying out of the back, AK, with the ball, there was none better for a couple years in this league.
Ray Bork.
A smaller version of Ray Bork. Mario Alvarez. Tayu trying to get there as he's battling with Williamson, the man for whom he was traded. Daduka with a back heel flip. Ludwig will get there. and play it back for Alvarez. So in the all-time series, the Wave leading 41-7. As I said, 21-2 here in Milwaukee, 20-5 in St. Louis. That's since the Ambush's revival prior to the 13-14 season was the last year of the MISL. And then, of course, both teams entered the MASL the following year. Breno Oliveira gets it back from Alvarez. Breno, one-on-one on the far side against Thomas, plays it off the wall and right into the hands of Nascimento.
Not a good angle that time by Breno. Should have gone off the boards closer to goal. Would have gotten a better direction off that boards.
Araujo with it at midfield. Played off by Alvarez. Drops it back now. Tony Walls. Tony, the veteran in his 13th season. His second stint with Milwaukee out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and UW Green Bay. Tony not only a all-state soccer player in high school at Tosis, but he was an all-conference hoopster as well. And his first year at Green Bay, he played both basketball and soccer. You talk about a busy freshman year in college. Sanchez, the Waves' leading scorer, second in points total behind Taiyu, drives it far post. And Stu Grable there at the doorstep couldn't get. Stewart had a goal the other night in St. Louis. Breno rolls it in off the end board. Ricardo with the redirect attempt. But off the mark, cleared into the stands. And was it deflected by the Wave? It was not. It will be top of the arc restart when we come back. 6:33 left to go, first period. No score here from Milwaukee on MASL TV.
For your Milwaukee Wave, 6:33 remains in the first quarter. Milwaukee Wave 0, St. Louis Ambush 0. More exciting Milwaukee Wave soccer is coming up right after the break.
Oh, Wave fans, you know what this means. It's time for the Chick-fil-A Glendale Chicken Dance Fan Cam.
Oh, yes.
There we
Hi,
go.
buddy. Hello, buddy.
That's it.
Oh, it's about that time. It's about that time.
Oh, come on, boys
Yes.
and girls.
Hello. There we go. Yes. Okay. All right. There we go. Our littlest man. You got to make noise for that little man. When we come back. When we come back.
Still looking for our first goal here tonight in Milwaukee with 6:33 left to go, first period. Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. Miter is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Miter is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at Miter.com. Off the restart, top of the arc. Shot by Sanchez is high off the pass from Mario Alvarez.
Alvarez soul rolled that one with the sole of his foot. It was bouncing a little bit on Sanchez that time.
Alex getting around the corner, trying to center in front. Cleared away by the ambush. Milwaukee will regain the possession. Tony Walls with it. He'll play it over to his defensive partner, Mario Alvarez. Now back for Sanchez, working against Hundell. Saucy will fire the left footer. That one off, rebound, follow. Shot on the goal! IB26, bingo! And Milwaukee leads it 1-0.
That was a great finish that time by IB26. He hit it first time. The first shot, the initial shot by Sanchez with the left foot, just missed the far post. And Bennett, as he did the previous game here in Milwaukee, struck a first-time ball, a difficult ball to strike, but he caught the near side to beat Paolo and give the Wave a 1-0 lead.
Number 24 on the year for Ian, and MASL career goal number 418, which is second all-time in this league, only behind teammate Frank Taillou, who is 432. And, that was almost carbon copy of that goal he scored last week against the Texas Outlaws.
That shot, and you saw Williamson come across to try to make that sliding block, but Bennett put that shot just over the top of Robbie's outstretched leg, and that was a beauty.
Alex Sanchez with his 20th assist. Alex now with 45 points. He leads the Wave, and he's tied with Frank Taillou as far as league goal scoring is concerned. Remember, Frank had most of his points down in St. Louis this year, and they are both trying to track down Jorge Rios, who had a total of 48 points going into today's final game at Harrisburg. By the way, the updated score there is 4-3 in favor of the Heat at halftime from the probably still soggy Equine Arena in Harrisburg.
Not many would have predicted the Heat was going to play Chihuahua this tightly this weekend.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, AK. Chihuahua would have been prohibitive favorites going into both of those games. But, the one thing, and we've talked about this before, even though the Heat has not been a very successful team, in fact, they are 15, 74, and 6 over the past 4 seasons going into today's game. They've been very competitive. That is not an easy facility to play at. And, again, very rarely do visiting teams go in there and blow them out no matter what the matchup is. It's just a very difficult place to play. The turf is laid down on that dirt. It's very undulating. It's very difficult to get a touch. Usually the atmosphere is not the most inspiring. It's just a very difficult place for opposing teams to play.
Tom, we've got a lot of great play-by-play guys around this league. I don't think any of them would have known that 15, 74, and 6 stat that you just pulled out there. That's impressive.
Frank Taillou working his way to the near side. We'll play it back. Max Ludwig. Now Mario steps in to keep it for the Wave.
Mario bailed Ludwig out on that pass. It was an under hit on a back pass. It almost went the other way.
Taillou with the wall ball was looking for a look. Now here's Correa centering top of the area. Shot. Oh, what a save by Paulo. Got a piece of it and it hit the bar but would not go down for Breno.
Good look that time by Correa. Unfortunately, Breno couldn't shoot first time. Had to take a touch and settle it. Allowed Paulo to set those feet, and he came up with a big save.
Wave with the advantage early, leading at 1-0. 3:49 left to go here in the first period. Again, it is not a must-win for the Ambush, but it could be a playoff clinching win, or playoff bid clinching win if they get it here. Frank turning on Williamson as Robbie holding him up and drew the foul, but now Frank a little demonstrative as Rich Grady did blow the whistle. And again, I think Rich was going to let the advantage play on.
Absolutely. Veteran referee, one of the best in the league, Rich Grady, was allowing that possession to occur.
Frank frustrated, but he did get the call.
Not sure Rich Grady would appreciate that look that Frank was giving him.
No, All right, Alvarez looking. Carvalho's shot blocked. Sanchez gets it on the far side. So again, St. Louis D'ing up well on these defensive restarts.
A little too tight with their setup there.
Frank turning, firing high.
Frank would like to have that one back right there.
Williamson, his former member of the Wave, is going to have his hands full defending Frank today. Here comes Paulo Nascimento. Paulo has really tuned up his game as of late during this winning streak for the Ambush. He comes into today's action with some pretty good numbers. He is in the top 10, but just outside of it as far as goals against, save percentage. Also among the league leaders in wins now with 6 on the season. Bennett's shot is rejected out.
Ian looks spry tonight, taking a nice, direct, aggressive approach in the attack.
Bennett with the game's only goal from Sanchez at 8:56. Sanchez able to get it over for Escueta. Now here comes Alvarez. Top of the area, Carvalho back for Alvarez. Drives it in. Carvalho follows wide. Rebound, Sanchez sends it around. Kicked out of there by Nascimento. Carvalho off the end board. And Paulo again punches out with Bennett right at the doorstep. Up ahead, Willie B trying to come out, and he clears it away from his former Harrisburg teammate Will Eskay. Nicely done by Willie B. Good read there by Willie.
I had to cover my eyes on that one, Tom. It looked like a collision waiting to happen.
Yeah, from up here it looked like it was. I'll tell you, one of the more intimidating sights in the MASL is if you see Willie Bonahene charging out after you. Grable with a shot off a nice feed, but a good stop by Paulo. Wave really putting on the pressure against the St. Louis keeper here in the first period. Takeaway at midfield as Thomas was able to win it from Alex Steinwasser, but the pass back now, Derek Huffman. Wave trying to come back 3-2.
Nice.
Here comes Javi. Javi, near side, Alex back for Javi. Too wide, and the Wave could not manufacture a chance.
Alex should have shot that ball first time. He was right in stride on his right foot, elected to try to go back to the far post.
Always hard not to defer to your older brother. Javi is taken out. Nice sliding effort by Tony Walls to get it back as he takes it away from Axel Chacunte. Big time tackle there by Tony.
There's a couple brothers I played with a long time ago, Tommy, the Pikuzinski brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I know young Randy wouldn't have passed up that shot. He wouldn't have been looking to Rudy.
Not to say Rudy still wouldn't have probably egged him about it.
You know what's funny about that is Randy finished his indoor soccer career with 998 points, too short of 1,000.
He was quite a player, both Pikuzinskis.
That 998 points, of course, is when they had the 2 and 3 point totals as well.
Eskay!
Wow.
Top shelf!
Wow.
And we're tied at 1.
As I said, they are talking about Willie in St. Louis, and that is why right there. Just a screamer that Willie from Milwaukee didn't have any chance. The ball was up above his head and in the back of the net before you could blink.
Joey Zanaboni, the outstanding voice for the ambush, likes to call him Chilly Willie.
Well, that was Chilly Willie.
Chilled one at that
right
time.
there. Absolutely.
His 23rd of the year. I believe that's going to be unassisted as he followed up on his initial shot block. Breno off the inboard, gets it back, fires in, shot for goal! Breno reloads to the king, and it's 2-1 Milwaukee.
Quite an answer there by the Wave. I know they're cheering out in Tacoma with that one. Little range of emotions there in Tacoma. St. Louis scores, but the Wave comes right back. And his 13th goal as a member of the Wave, Frank Tayu.
Number 30 on the season for Frank. That puts him now second. Let's double check that now. He is third on the league's race for the Golden Boot. Justin Stinson, who had the hat trick last night for the Empire Strikers in their playoff bid clinching win in Dallas. He leads the league with 32. Jorge Rios, who had one last night in Harrisburg, 31, and now Frank with 30. Calvin Oliveira still sitting at 29 for Utica, as he has been for the second half of the season, since the All-Star break, since he hasn't played since then. Nascimento comes down, launches into the stands.
Little ambitious that time by Paulo.
Breno with his 17th assist of the year, 29 points. I'll tell you, he's had a heck of a year offensively. He is the third leading scorer on the Wave and did most of that from a defender's spot. He just got moved up front to a second forward midfield position.
And Tom, how about the level of play in this first quarter? That was a great quarter.
Great quarter for the Wave. The ambush was able to get one. So we should have a good one for you here, fans. at the end of the first. It's Milwaukee 2, St. Louis 1 on MSL TV.
Take the new bag to grab. How much, my friend? Ooh, I got that no problem. Right here, cold hard cash. I forgot. Panther Arena is cashless, but how about my Educators Credit Union debit card? That'll work here, right? You too can get your very own Educators Credit Union Milwaukee Way debit card. Go to any of the 25 locations across Southeast Wisconsin or go to ECU.com. We ready to go here, Brad? What do you mean decline? Scan it again, please. Oh my goodness. Educators Credit. Achieving more together. Let's go with it.
It is time for your Educator Credit Union Community Hero of the Game. Tonight we'd like to highlight Petty Officer 3rd Class Roman Segretti, a native of Kenosha. He serves aboard the USS Jack H. Lucas, a U.S. Navy warship operating out of San Diego, California. Segretti joined the Navy 3 years ago, and today he serves as a machinist's mate. He has knowledge and works on all types of equipment. He said, for me, serving in the Navy means doing your job to the best of your abilities and pushing through the hardships. Segretti is grateful to others for helping make a Navy career possible. He wanted to thank everyone from his first ship, the A-Game, especially those from his shop. Segretti added, they taught me everything I know right now and how to succeed in the Navy. They showed me ways to deal with all the hardships that we have to go through. So thank you for all of your hard work and everything that you do within our community. Let's hear it for our Educator Credit Union Hero of the Game, Petty Officer 3rd Class, Roman Segretti. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Educators Credit Union. And thank you, Kenosha's very own Roman Segretti, serving our country. ECU.com. See how easy it is to become a member.
2-1, Wave leads the St. Louis Ambush as we begin the second period of action here from Panther Arena. Nice crowd on hand here today for the regular season finale. Again, a busy sports day down here. You get the Bucks hosting the Atlanta Hawks right down the block at the Fiserv Forum. That game tipping off at 6 o'clock Central Time. Tony Walls launches a shot just wide. Sanchez rebound. Sanchez walking in. Sanchez shot. Save! Rebound! Score! And Bennett! 3-1 Milwaukee.
You talk about being in the right place at the right time. Ian Bennett, that time standing in front of goal, and that volley by Sanchez just went right off of Ian's left side, and Ian's got a brace here. His second goal of the afternoon.
So Ian with 2 today, 6 over his last couple of games, including this one, 25 for the year. Also has 3 assists for 28 points. And Alex Sanchez continuing to rack up the assists. He had a couple the other night in St. Louis. He's got 2 more tonight. He's got 21 on the year. The league's leading playmaker right now is Lucas Almeida for the Ambush. He's got a total of 24. Lucas had 4 the other night against the Wave. Challenge flag is out from St. Louis. See if they're going to try and see if it was a handball against Ian Bennett.
Yep.
Anyway, that'll give us a chance to tell you that Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. The all-new MASL fan store will be launching soon. Also, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more, MASLsoccer.com. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it for yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. And Take 10, that's all the time you'll need for Eric Bergerud to take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport on and off the field in the MASL. That's 10 for 10, airs weekly on MASL TV. And don't forget, fans, playoff tickets are still available. You can join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 4th through the 6th. Visit frontwavearena.com to reserve your seat today. Playoffs coming up this weekend. Well, what do you think, Art?
Tough to tell. It looked like it might have hit Ian's right hand or right arm. You know, Paulo with a good save on the initial shot, but then, you know, Eske right there had a chance to head it back to away from danger over his head. He put it right back to Sanchez. Let's see right here. Well, you can't. I don't think you can really tell there if it's a handball or not. The other angle looked like it was a little better look, but watch some of that right there. If he just heads it back over his head the other way, that ball's out of danger. Put it right back into traffic. There we go. This should be a really good look. Tell me what you think, Tom. Right here. Keep it rolling. What do you think?
Looked like a header to me.
Looked like a header? Okay. And the referees agree with you.
Rich Grady, Mark Kalisic agree. Ian Bennett's second goal of the game. And the Wave leads it 3-1. They are underway now in the second half in Harrisburg. And it's still 4-3, the Heat leading the Chihuahua Savage.
They had a double header there, Tom. You had Eske with a bad header. Should have gone over his head the other way. He put it right back in traffic, and then a good header that time by Bennett to finish it off.
So the Wave with the first multiple goal lead of the game. Last night in St. Louis, the Ambush jumped out to an 8-4 lead. The Wave responded with a couple of sixth attacker goals and was starting to really put the pressure on, but a too many men penalty really killed the momentum for Milwaukee. And that's the way the game ended up 8-6.
There were 5 penalties called in that game, Tom.
All against the Wave.
All 5 against the Wave in that one.
The last one was Willie Benahene picked up a misconduct for voicing his disapproval on a call late in the game. That shot by Correa was turned away.
Talks about the Blues with their 9-game winning streak. A lot of hockey fans in St. Louis, and you don't often see 5 penalties to none in the NHL.
No, you sure don't. Really don't see it in the MASL too much, but that's the way it turned out. So one of the reasons why we keep giving you the score on the Chihuahua-Harrisburg game is because Chihuahua still needs a victory to clinch first place. Now, if they don't win, a San Diego loss would still give them the number 1 seed. And I don't know if it's all that big a deal with the first 2 rounds being played in San Diego. It's not that big a deal for the first couple rounds, but it could be if they get those 2 teams advanced to the finals. Riley Urey coming down on the right side, and he fires one in to make it 3-2. Great individual effort there, and the Ambush back within 1 at 1:45 of the second period.
Good ball that time by Urey to come up and finish it. I thought Willie B overplayed that near post a little bit, left a little bit too much of that far post open, but close range. There's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do. Watch again. See Willie how far out he is? I'd like to see him stay back a little bit further and take away that near post, but be able to get to the far post a little easier as well.
Urey's 7th of the year. He's got 19 points combined between St. Louis and Harrisburg, most of those with St. Louis. And for his career, Riley Urey, this his 40th MASL regular season game, 9 goals, 13 assists. So he has really come on this season. The Vermont native.
Frank not appreciating the physical play, but when you've scored as many goals as Frank Taiu, you got to expect the physical play. No question about it.
He has always been a marked man in this league. Sanchez working against Colin O'Keefe. And he drives one up and over. Goalkeeper distribution for Nascimento and the St. Louis Ambush. So the Ambush trying to see if they can get in the postseason just for the third time in their 11 MASL seasons. Last time was in 21-22. They also were in the postseason during the 21 season, but that was the year everybody qualified for the playoffs. So really this will be the second legitimate time they've qualified for the playoffs if they make it. And if they do, you got to give it to them because they've really had to come from behind in the standings in order to do so.
It was really that, well, I don't want to say it was the road win against Baltimore, but that road win at Baltimore was as big as they get just a couple week ago maybe.
Only home loss for the Blast this year at their little arena in Towson, Maryland. Correa will play it in. Good pace to this game here so far in the first half.
Give away that time by Willie B. The ball's got to go down the boards to Taiu's protected side.
Almeida for Duduka. As I said, Duduka all of a sudden now becoming a force for this team in his 5th season. He's their leading scorer, 20 goals, 12 assists, 32 points coming in. And seems like half that production has come during this 5-game winning streak. Taiu trying to poke it away, and Mo NDI just barely touched it away from his former Empire Strikers teammate, or Frank would have come in on the break.
Frank would have been off to the races on that one. There was no one near and Mo NDI if Taiu had gone around him.
Frank already with a goal today, his 30th of the year. Alex Steinwasser had it knocked away. Now it'll come through for Taiu. Ambush get it back. Duduka is put down on the bump from Correa. Cesar getting his first foul, I believe, in this half. Again, you get 3 personals in each half on your 4th. That equals a blue card. So it'd be a power play for the other team. And you're only limited to, you only get 5 fouls for the whole game on your 6th. That equals a red card.
And Correa was very fortunate he didn't get a delay of game warning that time on the restart.
Taiu going to call for a foul there as Dylan Hundelt read the play and had the position.
Frank giving it back a little bit.
Williamson back for Paolo. Paolo, a deft ball handler from the goalkeeper position. Nice job by Alvarez to win it back for Milwaukee. Now looking up for Taiu. Stuart Grable with it. Stewart, the veteran in his 9th season out of Neenah, Wisconsin and UWGB. He was a college teammate of Tony Walls at UWGB once upon a time. There's Tony with it right now. Derek Huffman from Elgin, Illinois. Derek played his first 3 collegiate years at UIC and then finished up at SIU Edwardsville, right across the river from Art Kramer's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. Which, for my money, is still the U.S. soccer capital of the world.
It's not Kansas City?
Now, like we said, we kid Kansas City because we love them. Correa takes it away, looks far side. Javi's got some room. Javi coming in. Javi with a shot and a goal! Return address, and it says Javier Steinwasser on it. Milwaukee leads 4-2.
Javi had all day and then some to tee that one up. And he hit a laser into the far post that beat Paulo.
Great look by Correa to set him up. And Javi picking his spot, and he put it right there.
He sure did. I thought he had room to dribble a little further in towards goal, but he elected to take that shot from a couple steps inside the yellow line. Watch it right here.
You know, when you get those return address labels, Art, in the mail, you could not affix it any better than Javi put that ball right there.
I saw the two defenders in behind Paulo. It was Williamson and the other support defender going to the back post. Those players have got to step out in front of Paulo and try to block shots, not back up into your own goal.
So Javi, with his 13th goal of the year, also has 7 assists for 20 points. He becomes the 8th Wave player to get 20 points. Here's a potential turnover, and Paulo did a great job to just keep it in play and not give up a goal. So again, Milwaukee putting the pressure on again here midway through the second period. Wave led it 2-1 at the end of one. Now on top 4-2 here as we approach the midway point of the second period.
Talked about Giuliano Oliviero giving some of the regulars the night off the other night, but they've come out tonight and they have been extremely sharp.
Ricardo turning, spinning, shot, save, rebound. Grable heads it over. He was trying to get to Escueta near side and cleared out. Yeah, I would say everybody looks pretty energetic today for Milwaukee. And of course, St. Louis could not afford really to rest anybody the other night or this weekend. So we'll see perhaps if that works to the Wave advantage, especially as we go further on in this game.
Speed of play and quality in the attack has been pretty good for the most part here in the first half.
Ludwig in for Frank Taillou. Frank against Robbie Williamson as he plays it back out for Alvarez. Mario going against Daduka. Now Ludwig will clear out and give him some room, but Mario's back out by midfield.
And that's really the thing, Tom. When the ball moves quickly, 1 and 2 touch for the Wave, their offense is lethal. And when it doesn't, they get quite stagnant at times.
Ian Bennett with the orange shoes. He's already got a couple of markers today. Ludwig from Stuttgart, Germany, but he played his college ball at UW Parkside, just down the block on the border between Racine and Kenosha counties. Wave with some extended possession here. Sanchez with it. He'll look up for Taillou. Trying to come to the corner. Williamson cut him off. And Paulo picks it up.
Frank had a good opportunity there along the boards to sell one that time. Shoulder to shoulder with Williamson. I'm surprised he didn't try to sell one. Not only is Frank a good finisher, he's good at drawing fouls in the attacking third as well.
Ian Bennett rolls it in. Just wide. Frank battling through as Paulo comes out, and the ambush are able to clear.
Had Frank taken 2 steps to his left, Tom, he would have had a tap in on that shot from Bennett.
And again, Milwaukee coming at St. Louis in waves. Pun intended. Nascimento will play it up on the near wall. Sanchez keeps his own. Now Frank, top of the area. Frank with a shot off the frame. Correa lost it on the far side. Here come the ambush. 3-2 if they hurry. They work it across on the far wing. Now Milwaukee, good job. Sanchez tracking back defensively. Wave will control. Frank will play it off for Javi as Almeida chases.
Oh, Javi had Sanchez at the far post. Didn't see him after a great defensive play by Alex in his own zone. He made a sprint the other way. Great dynamic run, and Javi never saw him.
And the ambush take it back to Duca at midfield. Daduka coming forward. And I believe he's getting called for diving. No?
Yeah, it looks like, and that's a good call because a great recovery run that time by number 9, Derek Huffman.
Mark Kolesic, the official right on the play, made the call. So Breno now for the Wave. into Huffman. Huff bumping and banging to the near corner. Out to Alvarez. Mario can't get the shooting lane. Now crosses over. He'll fire the left footer off the mark.
Great move by Mario. Shot's got to go to the far post, low and hard. Don't give your attackers a chance, Tom, when you shoot that ball high off the near post.
Reno couldn't control the rebound. We've got our immediate timeout. 5:01 left to go first half. It's Milwaukee 4, St. Louis 2 on MASL TV.
St. Louis 2. This is Milwaukee Wave Soccer.
Oh, it's so much fun to celebrate your birthday here at the Milwaukee Wave Games, isn't it, Brad? Brad makes the best birthday mascots, right? Yeah. He's always fun to have at your birthday party. Should we see who's celebrating their birthdays with us here today? Let's look. Happy birthday to Bradley. Happy birthday to Art Hansen and Nick D'Amato. Happy birthday to Amos. It's Anthony's 9th birthday. It's Callan's 11th birthday. Happy birthday, Sam Cook. Happy birthday to Shane, to Joe, to Kim. It's Emma's birthday, Lexi's 9th birthday. It's Costanz Hartney's 80th birthday.
Hey!
It is Eladio Itzon's 4th birthday. It's happy birthday to Asher and Jackie's birthday today as well. Happy birthday, everyone.
The following groups in the house tonight include Scouting America Troop 156, FC Lake Country, the U11 boys are here, MFC Panthers, SC Wave in the house, Solomon AZA is here. Thanks to all the groups in attendance here tonight. MilwaukeeWave.com. Check out the playoff schedule there in San Diego. We get through it there. We're back here for championship action. Follow along at MilwaukeeWave.com. And MASL Soccer.
4-2, the Wave leads it. 5:01 left to go here in the first half. And of course, out in Tacoma, they're keeping track of this one as well. The Tacoma Stars trailing the St. Louis Ambush by a point. A giveaway there, but will he be able to make the stop after Huffman could not get the header back to the Wave keeper? Tony Walls trapped in the corner, got it out. Anyway, the Ambush controls their own destiny. If they win, they're in, but a loss would open it up for the Stars to possibly get a win in San Diego tonight and clinch a playoff spot. By the way, the Mariners did win today 2-1 to get a split in that series against the Athletics. Had they dropped that one, it would have been a 1-3 start, which would have been a tough start, Art. But there is no city in MLB right now that is enduring a tougher start than what we have here in Milwaukee.
Well, 20 runs against the Yankees were given up in the opener. What was that, 4?
Only 4 in the opener. It was 20, and then how many was it today? Another 12 or 13? Let's look it up here. 12 today.
Now I'm talking about the Yankees. Didn't they hit 4 home runs in the first inning, Tom?
Yeah. First 3 pitches from Cortez. His debut for the Brewers, facing his former team at Yankee Stadium.
You know, Tom, speaking of, I was talking about St. Louis sports and how red hot they are right now. The Cardinals are 2-0, by the way, but there's a literal sports angel watching over St. Louis sports right now. That's Brian McKenna. Brian McKenna was a St. Louis radio sports personality, passed away last week. Brian was a great guy, just a great guy. And our condolences out to Brian McKenna, his family, his twin brother Kevin, his sister Mary Ellen, great family. And we're all going to miss Brian McKenna.
You know what? I had the pleasure of meeting Brian many years ago when he was broadcasting, part of the Ambush broadcast team. Just a great personality and broadcaster, and as you said, Art, a long-time sports broadcaster in St. Louis. And no doubt, St. Louis Sports Nation is certainly going to miss Brian. Oh, what a move there by NDI, almost converted on the back heel.
Brian's motto was, your vibe attracts your tribe. And Brian had a great vibe.
Breno coming in, Breno centering. Here's Ricardo. He'll shoot and score! Well done by the 2 former Florida Tropics. 5-2 Milwaukee.
Wave has kicked it into high gear offensively here in the first half against the Ambush. That time it was Carvalho, the lefty at the far post, who beats Paolo up high.
Ricardo registering his 13th goal of the year. Also has 14 assists for 27 points. Ricardo now with 186 lifetime goals and 196 MASL games. That's almost a goal per game for almost 200 games. And that will eventually get you close to the MASL Hall of Fame whenever it's established. Avi Steinwasser, or rather Alex, breaks it up. Alex coming forward. Didn't see the defender sneaking up behind him, but did get it to Alvarez. Back for Alex. Alex walking in. Alex with a shot. Kick save and a beauty by Paolo.
That was a beauty. Jordan Bennington, the Blues netminder, would have been proud of that one. Good toe poke that time by Alex Steinwasser.
Yes, he was. I think Paolo's been watching some tape of Bennington. Ricardo from the corner centering, looking for Frank. It was knocked out of there. And look out here, Riley Uri starting back, taken down by Carvalho. And Ricardo lucky he's not going to get two there. And
the Milwaukee Wave are lucky that St. Louis has already used their challenge flag, because I'm sure they would have liked the referees to take another look at that.
Yeah, that may not have turned out well for the Wave.
No, I think that would have been a blue card on review.
Riley Uri coming out. Boy, I'll tell you, Riley, he has got some speed once he gets moving forward. And
too many men
coming up against the Ambush.
I don't see it, though. I only see four, and the fifth just ran off.
Rich Grady pulled out a card. So, so it's an illegal sub on Colin O'Keefe because he was coming back too quickly from injury. You got to sit out 2 minutes once you come off, and
Colin tried to sneak back on there.
Couldn't do it. So he will sit out for 5 minutes. It won't cost the Ambush anything as far as personnel on the field, but they'll be without their energetic midfielder for 5 minutes. Squid is going to clear this one out, and Ambush will reload at midfield. Coming into today's game, the Ambush was a -1 in goal difference for the year. They'd scored 146, given up 147. The Wave, which is the second highest scoring team in the league, was a +28. They'd scored 167, given up 139. Milwaukee has only been held to less than 6 goals on 5 occasions this year. And they are one from reaching the 6-goal mark again here today. Javi steps in to take away from SK. Now Sanchez with it. Alex, the Chicago native in his 3rd year with the Wave, plays it back to midfield. Correa, another Chicago native, over to Sanchez. Alex against Williamson. Alex will fire a bomb! And the same man. Rebound, Sanchez, bouncing, shot for goal! A little sauce on the rebound. Milwaukee leads at 6-2.
Wow. Alex Sanchez. The shot from the right side with the right foot. What a save by Paolo. But then Paolo couldn't get up. He was kind of on the ground as Sanchez hit a bouncing shot on the rebound. What's this? Look at Paolo. It just got to his feet and that ball bounced. What's this save right here? Wow, that was incredible. And look at Paolo trying to get up. Sanchez just bounces it over his head at the far post.
An 80-mile-an-hour shot that Paolo could not recover from.
That would have rivaled Greg House's 80-mile-an-hour shot when he won the power shot back in the late 90s, early 2000s, that was.
81 miles an hour, right, I believe?
I think that was in St. Louis where they had that competition.
Sure was. It sure was.
And Housey won.
6-2
yeah, that was
Milwaukee.
Right about 80 miles an hour as well, Tom, right there. That was.
We don't have the velo gun on it, but just by my visual estimation, AK, it had to be close to that.
By your social security vision.
Yeah, right.
It's laser sharp, let me tell you.
Well, it's a lot sharper this year than it was last year after I had that cataract surgery, that's for sure. Araujo is knocked down, and he is limping to get up. And hasn't been a great first half for the ambush, that's for sure. But
the wave is just laser sharp right now, just like your vision.
They are playing better than my vision. Absolutely. Breno over the top.
Look at this ball.
Looking for Mario. Mario trying to work against Briggs. Fires it in, and Paulo able to eventually come up with it. Good look over the top that time. This is Jeff Machad coming forward. Foul's called. Machad is only in his 4th season in the Major Arena Soccer League. Had a goal the other night at Bombosa in St. Louis. 3rd season for Machad, 2nd with the ambush, but he hasn't played regularly every season since entering the league. This is only his 45th lifetime game, although very productive, 19 goals, 19 assists in that span. Huffman back for Alex Steinwasser. Almeida will get there and play it back to the keeper. But yeah, that was quite a goal Machad scored Friday night in the matchup between these teams. Foul whistle called, and they don't stop playing down there. Breno got dumped by Duduka.
Yeah, Duduka didn't like the way that Breno was roughing up Will Eske. And the big lefty, Duduka, came in to put his stamp on it.
Duduka has got some size. They list him at 6'1", 209 pounds. That might be a bit conservative on the weight listing.
Well, Duduka's confidence has risen immensely here in the second half of the season. The one thing tonight is he needs to get himself further upfield, closer to the goal. He keeps trying to hold it outside the yellow line. He's not as effective out there. There he is.
Check into the board. Duduka, couldn't control that time off the pass. Now Ian Bennett. Ian launches upfield. Ian's still chasing with Thomas coming after him. Ian coming in with a shot and a goal! That might be the goal of the year for Ian Bennett, and Milwaukee leads it 7-2.
There's not many 40-year-olds and above that are going to win that race against Ian Bennett. In fact, not many 30-year-olds or 20-year-olds are winning that race. Ian Bennett, lightning speed down the left-hand side, and just a clinical finish to the far post. What a half here for the Milwaukee Wave.
A hat trick already for Ian. A run for the ages for the 41-year-old icon. And the Wave leads it 7-2 with 0.3 of a second remaining in the first half.
And they are smiling and getting ready in San Diego. That's the Tacoma Stars, as they are seeing that they might have a chance here.
Kickoff for the ambush, and that will do it. What a finish to the first half. The Wave on a 4-goal run. The last 3 in the final 3.5 minutes. And a rather dejected St. Louis ambush trudging to the locker room off to the left. But we still got a whole half to go. And any of you fans who followed indoor soccer for any length of time knows things can change in a hurry. We'll keep it right here. Get ready to talk with head coach Giuliano Oliviero. I got to imagine Coach Oliviero is going to be pretty happy with this first half.
Tom, Van's got something cooking down there. He just sprinted across. The team who normally goes to the locker room is staying out there. Van's got something going on here. Let's see what he's got with Giuliano. It's got to be something for Giuliano.
All right, let's throw it down to Van with the commissioner, Keith Tozer, also down there.
All right, time for our Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. checking in with head coach Giuliano Oliviero. The last regular season home game here, Coach. This place is electric. What do you think?
I think our energy is amazing. We've scored some great goals, and we really got the ambush on their heels right now.
The momentum that we're going to carry in here to the second half, I know we're going to get to the game here, but the reason we're here at halftime and we've extended things out, it's your day, Coach. Former player here, started back in the day, Mr. 21, Giuliano Oliviero. Before we get going here, I mean, we're going to hear from you in a moment, but this is a special day.
Yeah, definitely a special day. Been looking forward to it since I was notified. So exciting times. I'm just super happy the guys showed up in the first half.
All right, we're going to hear more from Coach here in a minute. As you can see, we have all the players here. The team is here. And, of course, the commissioner of the Major Arena Soccer League. He was head coach here of your Milwaukee Wave. He coached Giuliano. How you doing, Toes? Keith Tozer, ladies and gentlemen.
Doing great, thank you. Hello, Milwaukee Wave fans. I think all of you know and understand that the Wave is the longest continuous running pro soccer team in North America, 41 years, and it has a very, very rich history. Along with that history comes culture. Years ago, I heard about a young player through Stevie Morris, who has his name up in the banners up there also, one of 7 players, that there's a young player out of Vancouver that you got to draft and bring to Milwaukee. When we first saw Giuliano play, we knew right away that he was going to be an all-star player. But there was something different about him, so smart, casual, like quiet man with the big stick. And he led this team to multiple championships as a player and has done that also as their head coach. Not only has he been a great player and a great coach, he's been a great role model. He's led the culture of men with character and women with character, and he leads that each and every day at the practice, at games, as well as summer camps and around the city and around the state of Wisconsin. So it's my honor, along with Stevie Morris, former coaches and players with Giuliano, is that it's wonderful that he's now going to join us in the rafters. Giuliano Oliviero, this is your day. Congratulations.
Along with 8 outdoor and 4 indoor teams since debuting professionally in 1990. Giuliano first joined the Milwaukee Wave in 1995. Here he was runner-up for Rookie of the Year, left the team in 1997, and rejoined in 2003. The then assistant player coach helped earn 4 Milwaukee Wave championships. In 2014, he was named head coach of the team. Giuliano resides in Menominee Falls with his wife Tracy and children Xavier and Capri.
Hey Jules, we met when I was a rookie, in my rookie year in Montreal, played with you in Milwaukee, stayed in contact with you through all these years. Tonight is a good night for you. I want you to enjoy it with your family, the kids. I wish I could have been there. I'm in preseason right now, so it's kind of hard, but enjoy the moment, have fun. And you've got your jersey retired before Marco Terminez.
What's up, Jules? Marco on the family here. 11,000 feet in Colorado. I really wanted to be there with you. Retire your jersey. I just want to let you know that I don't think the players and the owners generally understand what a valuable part of the team you are. What you did for me, belonging to a player, to a person, to a successful business person that I am now. I appreciate everything goes back to you. I think about you, I swear, once a week. It's been 12 years. The championships we won in Baltimore and the one
Josie, congratulations on a great career. We are in Tosca del Mar outside Barcelona with North Shore United. We just wanted to congratulate you. Amazing player, amazing coach. Congrats, Jules. Congrats to your whole family too. Tracy, Capri, Xavier, I wish you were there. And we'll see you on the field soon. Congrats, buddy. Take care.
Hello, everyone. Steve Morse here. I would like to thank everyone for allowing me a few moments here to share this celebration in honoring Giuliano Oliviero and seeing his number 21 get hoisted up into the rafters. Jules and my friends, I would imagine so many years ago that we played together in London, Ontario, while you're a member of the Canadian Olympic team, playing in the Canadian Professional Soccer League, that it would start a friendship of nearly 30 plus years and lead you on to a distinguished career in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jules, I could not be more proud of you. You've had a distinguished career on the field. You're one of my favorite players. I've told you this privately, and I don't mind sharing it publicly, that you're one of my favorite players to play with. You did everything right. You were smart. You were cerebral. Your soccer IQ was off the charts. And no doubt that's what's led to the success behind the bench and on the pitch as a coach. And I want to say a quick thank you and recognition of everything that your wife Tracy has provided you, as well as your son Xavier and daughter Capri. I know they've played a massive part in your career, and I certainly know in speaking with you how much you enjoy sharing in their success as well. So congratulations, everyone. We'll see you Sunday. Love you, my friend.
Hey, G. Not a person more deserving to have that number 21 in the rafters. It was such a pleasure being able to win championships with you, but more importantly, wear that wave crest for so many years. It's definitely a pleasure being able to coach with you as well, develop new soccer players with you, and watching your family grow during your Milwaukee venture. True fans and players know what you mean to this organization. You are, as always, the best. Congrats, number 21. Go get that next one. We will be cheering for you and the team from far. Love you, buddy.
Jules, just wanted to say congratulations on having your number 21 retired. What a great day, what a tremendous honor to have your name in the rafters. Back in 2005, as a young NBA fan growing up, my favorite player was Steve Sophia. And he got traded to Cleveland for us. And he called me and said, I'm getting traded. In return, I think you're getting a great player. I think someday you end up maybe being your favorite player. Since I was right, you did become my favorite player. It's such an honor to have our halftime talks, our post-game talks, and you've been nothing but a mentor and just a great individual to me for all these years. Truly blessed to have been able to meet you. I'm just extremely happy for you. There's no one else I'd be happy more for. So let's celebrate. Have a good night, and thank you.
Hey, Jules, Pastor Cody Seymour, as the team chaplain for the past 20 years in the Milwaukee Wave, I've had the privilege to see you do many great things. I'm going to do a classic pastor move. I'm going to give you 3 points. 1, good men call people up. And I think you did that as a player. I watched you dice people. I watched you do unbelievable stuff in tight spaces, score some great goals, and you were a great athlete back in the day. And that's why we're here to congratulate you. Number 2, I think you're a great coach. I think you've called the players up in Milwaukee Wave and even your opponents respect you. Because a good leader, Mark calls people up in life, and I think you do that well. And lastly, 3rd point, just want to congratulate you and your family. You're blessed to be married to a supportive wife, Tracy, and great kids, Xavier and Capri, who are also great soccer players in their own right, who supported you along the way. So I just want to congratulate you on not just being a great player, but also being a great coach and a great friend to me. Great men call people up, and I pray that you continue to do that in a way that honors Jesus. He's given you many great gifts, and I pray that you feel honored today for this well-deserved accomplishment. I'm so proud of you. Very few people realize that your rookie year, I was a player for the Wave. Kind of showing my age a little bit, but your level of play, your professionalism in your class has been consistent throughout your career. I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm sure the Wave fans, and your past teammates, and your current teammate, your coach, and all your family and friends are so proud of you, as am I personally as well too. It's a great deal of pride, yours, that I call you my friend, for all the achievements that you have achieved. You're a better man than any of them. And for that, I'm truly proud of you. Congratulations again, buddy. And I wish you more continued success in your career. Well done, Doc.
Congratulations, Juliana. These leaders we're playing career here in Milwaukee. I had the privilege of being your athletic trainer. And for your first 3 years as head coach, Brian was your equipment manager. You always showed nothing but professionalism and always put your team in front. We are very, very proud of you and respect you very much. Today you will be lifted into the rafters with 7 other great men that I have worked with. We are proud of you, and I'm sure that Brian can say, good job, coach, from up here in heaven.
Giuliano Oliviero. Games played, including playoffs, 615. Points scored, including playoffs, 982. And current coaching record. But it's not about the coach. It's about the player here today. His coaching record right now, 161-59. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We're going to hear from the man, the one, the only, Giuliano Oliviero.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be recognized by the Milwaukee Wave organization. Special thanks to owner Mike Z and GM Dan Kinsey for trusting me to coach this team 11 years ago. It's never easy transitioning from player to coach, but they stuck with me all the way. So thank you guys. Thank you to Coach Tozer for bringing me to Milwaukee. I learned a ton from him. Wave legend Stevie Morris for recommending me. I still remember landing at General Mitchell Airport back in 1995. And here we are almost 30 years later. Who would have thought? Thank you to athletic trainers Ricardo Vidal, Larry Sales, also to Brian Sales, and Moose Cook for their tireless efforts behind the scenes to make sure that the Milwaukee Wave always had a quality product on the field. So thank you guys. To past leaders and coaches, Pastor Casey Seymour, Nikki Vorberg, Cello Fontana, Tenzin Rampa, Marcio Liete, Artie Kramer, the man in the booth, the voice of the Wave, Tommy Wynn, and of course, the legendary Van the Man McNeil. You guys are amazing. To all my former teammates that I shared the field with, thank you so much for the lifelong memories. To my parents, thank you for allowing me the opportunity and supporting me to chase my passion. To my kids, Xavier and Capri, who grew up with the Milwaukee Wave all the way through, thank you for your support. I love you guys. To the best thing that ever happened to me, my wife, Tracy, thank you so much for all your sacrifices for me and our family. The stories this woman could tell. Oof. To the best fans in indoor soccer, thank you for supporting me all these years. We got a great group of young men over here that have the ability to do something special this year. Keep cheering us on, loud and proud. Let's go Wave.
Giuliano Oliviero and family. I mean, Tracy, we've got time. We can give you the microphone. Instead, ladies and gentlemen, Wave fans, for those of you that are watching at home, let's count it down, shall we? We're about to unveil the banner. Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Unveil the banner, ladies and gentlemen. A legend forever. Number 21, Giuliano Oliviero. All right, we're going to let Coach and the players go back into the locker room and get ready for the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, put your hands together for player, for head coach of your Milwaukee Wave. Number 21 will live forever in our rafters, Giuliano Oliviero. More exciting Milwaukee Wave soccer is coming up right after the break. We'll see you in 60 seconds.
The Ambassador, Milwaukee's landmark Art Deco Hotel, is the official hotel of your Milwaukee Wave and your perfect place to meet up with family or friends before or after the game.
Hey, Abby, this is the whole ballroom. Are you guys getting to the out to the game? Love it.
Enjoy free parking and shuttle service to and from Panther Arena when you dine before the game. The Ambassador, the official hotel of your Milwaukee Wave.
All right, Wave fans, halftime is not over yet. Let's hear it for your primetime dance performers, Midwest Dance Center. and gentlemen, let's hear it for Midwest Dance Center.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas aren't just welcome, they're sought after. Where big, bright flavors reflect the cultures that call this city home. Where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish, and we'll throw a party to celebrate it. Here, innovation is a way of life. We tackle our challenges head on, knowing that the wheels of progress turn faster when we push them together. In this city, the beat flows with a new sense of optimism and energy. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm and the waves are pushing us forward. Now it's your turn to grab hold of that energy pulsing through the streets, where you'll remember not just the meals or the celebrations or the uncommon coast. At the end of your time here, what you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, your new favorite city, where fresh meets fearless every day.
It was 10 years ago. Someone that you might know, kind of famous around here, Milwaukee Bucks Giannis Antetokounmpo was right here. He hit this shot right in the middle hole over there. Now Visit Milwaukee is giving fans the opportunity. What is your name? Where are you from, sir?
Marquise.
What's up, Marquise? You play soccer at all?
No.
But you can kick a ball, right?
Yeah.
All right, Marquise. Where are you from, Marquise?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee represented. All right, let's get behind Marquise here. Let's see if he can put the ball in the hole. I think he can, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, attempt number one.
Okay, a little bit lower. Keep it on the ground.
All right, it's okay, Marquise, it's okay. Attempt
Take your
number
time.
2. Here we go. Okay.
Let's try and keep it on the ground a little bit here, Marquise. Just
When
slowly.
I asked you if you had ever kicked a soccer ball before, I thought you were joking, man.
No.
You never played before?
Nope.
All right, we're going to do this, and we're going to get the fans behind you. All right, Marquise? Marquise! 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 Here we go. Oh! Oh, give it up for Marquise nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Thank you, Marquise. Thank you, Visit Milwaukee. Let's go away.
All right, it is time for the Nop Nop Camelback race. We have Josh and Colin, Matt and William, Asiel and Emilio, Daryl and Daryl, Andy and Blake and Brian and Easton. If they win, whoever wins their section and the section above them and below them also win a free kids meal from Nop Nop.
Each contestant will run up to their partner, hop on their back, and then they'll make a mad dash to the Naf Naf Middle Eastern Grill finish line. Each representing a section, like Doreen said. Maybe you're gonna be a winner here. Let's see. On your marks, get set, go! It's the Naf Naf Middle Eastern Grill Camelback Race, and we've got a winner. Daryl and Daryl from 221. So 121, 221, and 321. A free kids meal from Naf Naf Middle Eastern Grill.
decision. 6-11.
On your marks, get set, launch those soccer balls, the nonprofit ball toss for Stepping Stone Farms. It's the PNC Bank nonprofit ball toss of all the balls that land in the pool. We will pick one winner. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Midwest Dance Center. Thank you very much. A lot of you had made it into the pool today. Let's pick our winner. And the winning ball is number 409. Number 409. Congratulations. You are today's nonprofit ball toss winner. Thank you, PNC Bank. Thank you, Stepping Stone Farm. Thank you, Wave fans. Let's go Wave. Second half starts next.
Just about set to kick off here in the third quarter. Milwaukee Wave leading the St. Louis Ambush 7-2. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer after an extended halftime period, which saw the official retirement of number 21, Giuliano Oliviero. AK retired as a player, but certainly as a coach.
The jersey retirement. The jersey retirement.
Jersey retirement. Yep. And I don't know, as a coach, maybe we can retire one of his ties if he keeps it going for a while. But anyway, well-deserved honor for Giuliano. You know, some of our younger fans may not have realized that Giuliano played for the Wave.
Well, not only did he play, but he scored so many big goals in the championship series. I mean, the one in St. Louis, he had 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. That was an incredible performance by Jules, but he's had so many. Over 900 points in 600 games for the Wave. And you know, Tom, Chihuahua has gone ahead 7-4 there in the fourth, so things are really taking shape with how this is all going to end up. Because that 1 and 2 seeds were still unclear. Could Harrisburg pull out the miracle and give San Diego a chance? Because the reason I say it is, right now it's going to be San Diego versus the Strikers in one of those first-round games. I'll hold my thought.
James Thomas takeaway, shot, save Willie B, and headed back to him by Javi Steinwasser. I believe that was a final, by the way. Harrisburg losing 7-4 to Chihuahua.
Well, the thought was that it doesn't really matter, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, but the one team that I'd be leery of in that first-round game would be the Empire Strikers.
Oh, wait, Taiyu puts one off the frame, almost went bar down.
Remember, Empire has just played San Diego twice in the last week. They played them twice.
They've got a pretty good read on the Sockers.
Well, both those games were very tight games, right? San Diego won on the last, in overtime, on a full length of the field shot almost in the last game. But as a former player, it is hard to play 3 times in a close succession and beat them all 3 times. So I wouldn't be, that's no gimme that first game against Empire, especially with the tactics that they employ. That is a scary, scary matchup for San Diego.
Squid trying to cover, or Correa rather, near side, checked off the play by Riley Uri. Uri, one of the goal scorers for St. Louis in the first half. Will Eske had the other one. For Milwaukee, it was a hat trick for Ian Bennett, along with goals from Tayu, Javi Steinwasser, Ricardo Carvalho, and Alex Sanchez. Wave led it 2-1 at the end of one. And then after St. Louis had made it 3-2, it was 7-2 at halftime, but goal back for the ambush as Will Eske with his second of the night, 7-3.
Which one was better, Tom? The one in the first half or that one right there? What a strike by Will Eske. Watch this right here. Layoff from Duduka and bar down. That was a bullet, just like the one was in the first half.
He has had a couple of great conversions here tonight. Will Eske, 24 goals on the season now. And the assist goes to Duduka.
Chili Willie Eske right there. That kid has been getting better every season, and he has reached superstar status, in my opinion.
I would say total of 30 points for Will Eske now this season. So he hits the 30-point total. And Duduka getting the assist. That's his 13th assist. First point of the day, 33 points now for the Ambush's leading scorer. Duduka Carvalho.
So the fans of St. Louis can grab a cold one at that watch party and settle in. They might be on their way back.
Ludwig with a shot. It's turned away. Rebound, follow, header, and it's just wide. Ludwig goes across. Here's a shot. Save made by Paolo. Paolo, who stopped 10 of 17 in the first half. And he has come up with a big save here early in the third.
Not sure how the Wave didn't finish that, how Ricardo Carvalho didn't knock that one after Tony Walls climbed the ladder to play it off the back wall to Carvalho.
Tony, as we've seen, showing those ups that he's got from his days as a basketball hoopster. Carvalho eventually a call for the foul. So that goal by Eske at 2:47 from Duduka here in the third period.
That was, I'm not sure how many seconds Rich Grady was going to give him there, but he was standing right in the defender's way from putting that ball in play. Move out of the way, Rich.
Rich Grady, longtime official, one of the best in MASL history. He and Mark Kliblisek calling the game today. Only one penalty in the first half. That was against Colin O'Keefe for an illegal return to the lineup after he left for being injured. So did not result in a power play. James Thomas going to draw the foul from Breno.
We talked about Duduka's improved play. There's another guy, number 20, James Thomas, has been a critical piece to this late season St. Louis Ambush run. He's played really well.
He, Duduka, Eske, Almeida, the veterans have really come to the forefront for the Ambush during this streak. Eske almost lost it, but he gets it back. He's looking for a hat trick now. We'll play it back out for Almeida. Almeida in his 11th MASL season, his 10th with the Ambush. Played the first year with Tulsa with the ill-fated Revolution. Since then, he's been with St. Louis. Nascimento moving forward, pressure from Huffman. Again, Paolo, a very good ball handler. Not afraid to push forward when he wants to. And there's a foul on Huff.
Nice job that time by Paolo to draw that foul. Felt the contact from behind and took a big dive forward.
Huff thought there was a little embellishment, but
it was a little embellishment, but give credit to Paolo. That's what you do.
Hundelt's on the free kick. We'll play it Eske. Now Williamson near side. Eske's drive just wide.
Willie B didn't even move on that shot, Tom, from outside the yellow line.
Pushing foul going to be called against the Wave. It's Mario Alvarez for pushing off Araujo. Araujo will come out, and free kick will come from the near point as Almeida plays it in for Williamson. Robbie Williamson, 13 games with the Waves, he had three goals and 1 assist. 7 games at the Ambush, he's had 4 goals and 2 assists, so he has really picked up the offensive pace.
And 2 of those goals coming against the Milwaukee Wave.
Yeah. Had a big one on Friday night to help the Ambush get the victory. Correa tripped down, no call, they play on. Riley Uri with it. Uri coming forward. Now reloads on the play. Mo Ndiaye drives it into flex wide. Chakute with the rebound. That was blocked. Ian Bennett with it. Ian with a first half hat trick, including that great run just before the buzzer to score. Oh, what a shot! Sanchez! 8-3 Milwaukee.
You just can't stop that kid when he gets a load of steam going forward. That time he went all the way across to the right side of the penalty area, just outside the penalty area, and came back to the backside and beat Paolo. And that first line of Bennett, Sanchez, and Frank Tayu has been incredible in this game.
Ian Bennett will get credit for the assists, his 4th of the year, as Alex Sanchez gets his 2nd goal and his 4th point of the day. Now 27 goals, 21 assists for Sanchez. Got to double check, AK, to see how Jorge Rios did in the game today in Harrisburg, because Sanchez with 48 points, which tied the total that Rios had going into today's game.
Sanchez has emerged as one of the top 1v1 guys in the league. And now you're putting him on a line that includes Frank Tayu and Ian Bennett. What a line they have as their number 1 line.
Rios did have 2 goals, 2 assists today, so he's sitting at 51 points. So Saucy Sanchez still got a way to go if he's going to try to win the scoring championship.
Oh, wow, they called a foul on the Wave there. Kedlesic
called a foul on Alex Steinwasser as 50-50 ball with the goalkeeper, Paolo. It looked like Alex got all ball. I'm glad nobody appeared to get hurt from that collision there, but St. Louis really getting the benefit of the call there. Tony Walls up for Tayu. Frank fakes, top of the area. Now he'll shoot, and the shot is blocked. Trying to stay with it. Alex Steinwasser trying to get tripped down, and this time they're going to get Paolo, and wow, he's lucky he didn't get a card. Alex took a knock there. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, they could have given Paolo 2 minutes for tripping there. So the Wave with the restart. Good chance here as Mario Alvarez checks out the situation as you check it out on our replay. Trying to drive it through, and I think they're going to get the ambush for encroachment.
I like what the Wave tried to do there. They started Ian on the left side, and then he ran through the box. And had they been able to play that ball off the wall, he would have been wide open at the far post.
All right, we'll do it again. Alvarez ready to play it in. Ian Bennett, number 4! And the Wave leads 9-3. I'm liking our restarts a little better these days.
No, they're looking more dangerous on their restart. Number 1, their body language is better. Ian's hopping around out there. He looks confident. And a good ball that time to find him right at the middle of the arc. And he made no mistake. Everything clicking offensively right now for the Milwaukee Wave.
Alvarez picks up the assist, and for Super Mario, that's his 12th of the season, his first point tonight. Ian Bennett with his 4th goal, his 27th of the year, his 490th in his Wave career. He is now just 46 behind Michael King for the franchise all-time leading goal scorer.
And for as well as James Thomas has been playing offensively, he just got caught ball watching that time and never saw Bennett sneak right next to him.
Breno wiped out by Araujo. Foul on Araujo, and right in front of the Wave bench. Wave thought there might be more. You can see Breno not very happy with Araujo, and I wouldn't be either. Well, the Ambush have had their way with the Wave the last couple times they played down in St. Louis, but Wave turning the tables here today.
The Ambush in their last 8 or 9 games, Tom, have been averaging 9 goals per game. And the Wave has a 9 spot on them right here. We're still halfway through the third quarter.
Huff trying to head it back for Squid. Broken up. Now Breno tracks it down near side. Well done by Breno to keep the possession. Correa knocked down by Araujo. Picks up another foul.
Wave players need to be careful. They need to keep the ball moving right now. Don't want to put themselves in positions where they can possibly get hurt going into the playoffs.
Coach John Dolinsky once said, if you don't want anybody kicking you, get rid of it quickly.
Absolutely, especially in situations like this. You got a team in their last game. They don't know whether they're going to get into the playoffs or not. 1 and 2 touches the order of the day right now for the Milwaukee Wave.
Nice play there by Araujo to slide out and take it away. Back for Paulo. Paulo has been under siege since this game kicked off. But again, he's actually made a lot of great saves. Squid able to knock it away from behind. Huffman, triple team, plays it back. Tony Walls will get it. I'll tell you, I like the way Tony's moving today. He's been battling that hamstring injury here the second half of the season and has only played a couple times since the All-Star break, but he looks good today. And he's obviously going to be a key defender for the Wave going forward.
No, along with Squid and Cesar Correa, those are their marking backs now. The 3 guys in the back, and you got now Mario Alvarez, and hopefully Max Ferdinand will be back for the playoffs. There's your attacking defenders.
Yep, Max again battling the hamstring. That has knocked him out for all except for a couple games this month. The last time he played was in Kansas City on March 14th.
Well, Max is a guy who over the years has been a big-time playoff performer. That's a guy you want in the lineup when it comes playoff time, Max Ferdinand.
Absolutely. That one goes out of play, so we will have our media timeout. 5:43 left to go here in the third quarter. Wave leads at 9-3 on MASL TV.
When we get back from this break, this is Major Arena Soccer League action. Live from Panther Arena.
All right, it is time for the Wisconsin Lottery Match 3 game. I have my contestant here, D'Angelo from Milwaukee. Are you feeling lucky?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to show you a board with some numbers. You give me 2 numbers at a time. We'll scratch them off and see if you can match 3, and then you win the prize, okay?
Cool.
All right, here we go.
1 and 5.
1 and 5.
Okay.
Okay, all right, now give me a couple more.
2 and 7.
2 and 7. Oh, okay. Why don't you give me 2 more numbers?
6 and 9.
6 and 9. Hey! And you match tickets for a game to next season. Congratulations. That's how you play the Wisconsin Lottery Match 3, Ben. Back to you.
Thank you, Doreen.
You're welcome.
And thank you to the Wisconsin Lottery, WILottery.com, all the latest jackpot.
Wave leads it 9-3 in the final regular season match between Milwaukee and the St. Louis Ambush. Final regular season match of the regular season for both teams. Milwaukee definitely headed for the playoffs in San Diego this upcoming weekend. The Ambush also may be there as well. But we won't know until the end of this result and the result tonight in San Diego between them and the Tacoma Stars. Here's Javi Steinwasser. And a good track back defensively, James Thomas. Wave at a 2-on-1.
Javier waited way too long to dish that ball, and then he under-hit it on the pass to Tayu. It was too easy, Tom.
Thomas, sliding effort, nice defense there by Correa. Blocked the shot, picked up by Willie B. Back they come the other way. Frank and Javi on a 2-on-3. Frank going to the corner, cut off by Paulo. Now Mo Ndiaye trying to pry it out of there. Grable able to get it out. Alvarez, Steinwasser. Wave just could never settle that ball. And here comes Araujo. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golasso. Alex Bastinowski and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Obviously, they'll be talking about the upcoming playoffs in San Diego this upcoming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and on MASL Arena on Twitter. And subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Wave by 6 with less than 4 to go here in the third quarter. Sanchez fires a shot and a save made by Paulo. That's about 3 times that Paulo has stopped Sanchez on an absolute laser headed underneath the crossbar.
How much fun is it to watch this kid play, though, man? He has just gotten better and better and better. There's no stopping him.
No doubt, AK. He has really taken it to another level. And, you know, he had progressed quite a bit from his rookie season 2 years ago to last year, and now this year has really accelerated his development.
Like the old St. Louis Steamers theme song, ain't no stopping us now. You could say that about Alex Sanchez.
Yeah, I would agree.
Ain't no stopping him now.
Alex stays healthy. He's going to be an impact player in this league for a while. Will Eske, another impact player in this league, who scored a couple of goals today, 24 on the season. Coming forward, picked up by Sanchez. Pass deflected, Breno gets it.
Yeah, I'd take Sanchez and Eske as my 2 midfielders if I was starting a team.
That would give you a great base to start with right there.
Oh, Frank just got nutmegged that time by Sanchez. Or sorry, by Eske.
Breno with a sliding tackle to take it away from his former teammate Robbie Williamson, who got an elbow up to put Breno down. Boy, Breno, I'll tell you, he's been knocked around today. It's a second elbow he's taken up high.
And Giuliano Oliviero has thrown the red challenge flag.
Yeah, Robbie got the elbow up there a little high on Breno. I don't know if it was intentional, but he certainly did. And so we will see what the video review is. So again, to recap other scores throughout the league here today. It was the Baltimore Blast defeating the Kansas City Comets 8-5 in Baltimore. The Blast, by virtue of that victory, clinches 3rd place, and the Comets clinch 4th place. It was Utica City 13, the Texas Outlaws 3. So Utica temporarily moved past the Wave into 5th place, but the Wave hangs on to this one. Then Milwaukee will secure 5th place. Utica will finish in 6th. Chihuahua clinched the regular season title with a 7-4 win against Harrisburg in Harrisburg. So the Savage, the 2-time defending champs, complete the weekend sweep in Harrisburg. They beat them 6-5 last night, 7-4 tonight, and will take the number 1 seed into the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Harrisburg, by the way, finishes up 3-20-1 out of the playoffs for the 4th straight season, and 15-75-6 over their past 4 years. And we still have one other game on the docket tonight. That is going to be a big one in San Diego, where the Sockers host the Tacoma Stars. The Stars will have a chance to get in the playoffs if unless St. Louis rallies to win here, and it's not looking great, the Stars will have a chance to get in the playoffs if they can get any kind of victory in San Diego, but that'll be tough against the second-place Sockers, who will take their undefeated record into Front Wave Arena. So what did the review show us, AK?
Well, they called a foul, so Giuliano got his challenge flag back, but no 2 minutes. And they've got to look at that in the offseason, because if you're going to challenge, I have to be challenging for 2 minutes. If you just challenge a foul, I can see maybe at the end of the game you could challenge for a foul, but I just don't like it. Don't like it.
This league cannot continue to waste time on challenges that don't result in anything.
Oh, it resulted in a foul, Tom. And then they got their challenge flag back. So we still could possibly have another challenge.
Well, that's what I mean.
Right.
Our producer, Ian Thompson, saying there should be unlimited challenges. 1:44 left to go here in the third.
If they were paying me by the hour, I would say, yeah, let's have unlimited challenges.
Yeah.
Take all day to play these games.
Correa eventually gets cut off.
Got to move the ball, Cesar.
Alvarez under pressure from Esque will play it across to the goalkeeper, Willie B. Sending it up on the board. Williamson able to get as he cut off Carvalho. And now back comes the ambush. Araujo try maneuver past Alvarez. He does. Shot save made by Willie B. Araujo gets it back. Esque with an attempt. And he will score. He's got the hat trick.
And that's on Cesar Correa. He's got to have his head on a swivel. That time he's unaware of what was behind him. Just coughed it up.
Esque with his third of the night, his 25th of the year, and it comes at 13:57.
Watch again here. Watch Correa right here. Gives it away once.
Hundelt will get credit for the assist. So a little bit of life for the ambush. They now trail it by 5 here late in the third period.
Dylan gets an assist there on a Walla Scora, Tom.
Yes, he does. Here's Colin O'Keefe. Centering. Oh, Chacunte with a great chance, but he couldn't convert. Wave dodged a bullet there. Up ahead, Sanchez. Sanchez looking for a hat trick. NDI hustles back to knock it away. He launches to the rafters here at the arena, and somehow it avoids superstructure violation. Now, Javi Steinwasser.
I was so hoping superstructure violation, Tom. Our friend the doctor out in Empire, Philly's old partner, man. He loves a superstructure violation.
Yeah, that would have been a good one to honor the doctor, right?
I'm not sure why he loves that superstructure violation, but man, he sure does.
Doctor leaving the booth at midseason. Paulo somehow plays it behind, walking in, shot just missed by Thomas. Paulo almost ends up with an assist from his belly. And at the buzzer, Thomas misses again. That'll do it for the third period.
2 goals for each team in that one, Tom.
We go to the fourth. It's the Wave 9 Ambush 4 on MASL TV.
Hey, Milwaukee, hit the lights.
Great moments are born of great opportunity.
You'll know what you have to do.
Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, the fancy uniforms.
No one. Our house. Just
unleash the fury.
If you put your effort, concentration, and the playing to your potential to be the best you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard is, at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Tonight,
we stay there. And we shut them down because we can. Mr. Blackers, this is our call. That's right. He's right. We got to take it to these guys.
I want you to get up now.
Unleash the fury.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs.
The fans are standing up to them. The security guards are standing up to them. The peanut vendors are standing up to them.
Wave fans, do me a favor and make some noise! Who wants the ball? Is it this section? Or is it this side? Or what about right here? Or right here?
Nine to 4, the Wave leading the St. Louis Ambush as we begin the fourth period. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Also, Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. The all-new MASL fan store will be launching soon. And get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Wave in the black and gold uniforms, black and yellow, going right to left. As we look at the action in the fourth, Ian Bennett, he of the orange shoes, and 4 goals on the day now. Ball sent across. Huffman trying to track it down, but Paulo Nascimento there to cover up. Shots through 3, the Wave out shooting the Ambush 27-15. Here's Daduka off the inboard. Willie B will gather that one up. Fires out to Huffman. 2 on 3 with Bennett, now 2 on 5, and Huff will wisely back it up for Alex Sanchez. So, Art, as we come to the fourth quarter, Wave in good shape. Just trying to see if they can see this one out, stay healthy, head to San Diego this weekend.
Yeah, so this first part of the day coming to an end here in the MASL, and going to look forward to that San Diego-Tacoma game immediately following this one.
Yeah, that should be a good one. I believe that it will be on CBS Sports Golazo. And
get over to the Water Street Brewery where they're having Giuliano's retirement jersey party after the game.
See if we can get that one tuned in over there. Javi Steinwasser on a run that's denied. Alex Steinwasser digs it out. The Steinwassers from Sterling Heights, Michigan, and the University of Indianapolis. Played for the UIndy Greyhounds. And Alex bumped down again. Boy, I'll tell you, he's taking his share of knocks today.
Have your head on a swivel and play 1 and 2 touch. You want to dwell on the ball. Colin O'Keefe is going to put you down, as he did right there. As you like to say, Tom, he's no shrinking violet out there.
No, he is definitely not. him and Araujo have gotten their knocks in today, that's for sure. Frank Tayu battling with NDI. Now Alex Steinwasser cut off by Hundelt, and Nascimento will pick it up. That one will end up in the Wave bench as Eske was trying to send it up ahead for Jeff Michaud.
One of the first mistakes Eske has made this game, other than that defensive clearance on the Bennett goal earlier in the game.
He's got the hat trick. Ian Bennett has 4 for Milwaukee. Ian with 8 goals in his last 2 games.
Yeah, at this point, if I was handing out 3 stars in this game, I'd have to go Bennett 1, probably Eske 2, and Sanchez 3.
Frank Tayu trying to maneuver against NDI. Mo takes him down. Here come the ambush. Almeida 1-on-4. He'll play it back out.
Might be getting towards that time to pull the plug on Frank here. I noticed when they started the quarter.
Willie B with a nice save there to smother Michaud as he was coming back door. Back the other way, Ludwig over to Alvarez. Back for Ludwig. Tried to touch it back for Mario, but couldn't make the connection. So Mario gets it back. Tayu turning far side, and the shots rejected by Paulo on the attempt from Ludwig.
Paulo's given up 9 today, Tom, but he's played rather well.
You know, people who haven't seen this game, they're going to look at the box score and say, well, it wasn't a great game for Paulo, but my goodness, AK, he has probably denied the Wave at least another 5 or 6 goals here. He has been tremendous in the nets, and yet that tells you the kind of pressure the Wave has put on him today. Timeout on the field. We will keep it here. Tell you that you can catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Also, if you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday night on the YouTube. And remember, playoff tickets are still available. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 4th through the 6th. Visit frontwavearena.com to reserve your seat today. Friday nights, we can tell you that Chihuahua and San Diego will both be playing. We don't know what time. And
well, San Diego's playing the second game, Tom, the late game on Friday
So they
night.
will be taking on the Empire Strikers, and Chihuahua will take on either St. Louis or Tacoma. Back it comes. Ian Bennett on a tight shot after the corner kick restart from Carvalho. Ricardo, good job to fish it out, play it back out for Alvarez. So again, go to MASLsoccer.com to confirm those game times. That'll also be televised on CBS Sports Golazo. Big doubleheader Friday, big doubleheader Saturday on CBS Sports Golazo. The Wave will definitely be playing on Saturday. And again, they could be playing either Kansas City, Baltimore, or Utica. I guess they can't play Utica, but
I think it's pretty safe to say, Tom, with 11-15 and a 5-goal lead, they're going to be facing Kansas City in that playoff game.
That's what it looks like. By the way, Augie Ray now in the lineup for Milwaukee as the goalkeeper. Shot by Alvarez, turned aside. Rebound, Tayu up above the crossbar on the header. So Augie Ray now in the nets, defending the goal to the right as we look at it. Willie B finishes up. And pretty good game today for Willie B. He looks sharp early. And hopefully carrying some good momentum into the postseason for the 6th year MASL Pro out of Buffalo State College. 6th year in the league, 3rd season with the Wave. And if the Wave hangs on to win, Willie B will get the win. That'll be his league-leading 14th of the year. Ricardo coming down the middle. Tap wide, rebound, follow, and the header. Oh, he had it set up for a self-wallow score, but unfortunately, couldn't quite do it.
Well, that's because the ball hit the stanchion there where the glass meets the boards, and it popped up over his head.
Good defense by the Wave to cut off Riley Urey, but eventually a foul called.
It was a great ball by Max Ludwig, and Carvalho took it fantastic, right in stride, but as he pushed it by Paulo, that ball hit where the boards and glass meets.
All right, good restart chance for the Ambush. Shot in the middle is blocked. I think Stuart Grable was able to get the block on that shot by Duduka from the top of the arc.
One area, Tom, that the Ambush have really improved this year, late in the season, I should say, is their restarts. Their offensive restarts have been really good. And for years and years, they have not been good on the offensive restarts.
Willie B, by the way, stopped 10 of 14 shots while he was in there today. Augie Ray now taking over. His counterpart, Paulo Nascimento, has officially stopped 15 of 24. Boy, it seems like he's got a lot more saves than that. But again, the Wave with a lot of shots that have rattled the frame.
You have to go back.
That shot's going to count, and there'll be no challenge live for the Ambush since they used it up. And we got a blue card pulled out as well. I think the Ambush thought there was going to be a foul call on Huffman. They never called it. And they played on, and they set up Breno for a goal to make it 10-4.
Yeah, that was a yellow card. It would have been a blue card. It would have been delayed, but...
One more time. Actually, Ludwig is going to get credit for the assist.
Yep. Nice play that time by Ludwig. Right here, good combination play.
Breno will get the goal, and he's got his 13th of the year. Also has a couple assists in this game, so he's at 31 points for the season. The Waves' third leading scorer. The fourth-year pro, second with the Wave. Brazilian native who played his college ball at Grace College of Indiana.
And you see Breno running back there, Tom, giving a wry smile at the Ambush bench as he was jogging back. Did you catch that one?
Didn't see it, but Breno's been knocked around a whole bunch here today, so I'm sure he's not going to apologize for any goal he's scored. Ian Bennett looking for number 5. Tried to center on the play, and it was broken up by India. Picked up by Apollo.
Ian was looking for Tayu at the far post. Not a ball you see Ian play that often with that left foot.
No, not too much.
That's talking about the Ambush restarts. You have to go back to the days of when you had Kevin Hundelt's dad.
Giveaway here. Frank Tayu plays it Alvarez.
Sorry, Dylan Hundelt's dad, Kevin. Daryl Duran, Joe Reiniger, Mark Moser. They were really good at restarts.
They were the best in the league at that time. Centering shot in the goal, James Thomas from Axel Chacunte, and it's now 10-5. So the Ambush not dead yet. Time of the goal at 6:46. James Thomas, who has had a great second half of the season, able to get the goal, and for Thomas, the Ambush's 4th leading scorer. He's got his 19th of the year. Also has 6 assists for 25 points. Chacunte will get credit for the assist. Nice look there by Axel Chacunte.
Go back to what you said. I agree. They were right there, one of the top 2, I would say, in the league. The other one would be Zoran and Hector, Tom, on the restarts, along with the Ambush crew that they had.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
They were both pretty good, both those teams.
Foul going to be called on Tony Walls, pushing down Duduka.
Tony getting a laugh out of that. He's like, come on, big man. How can I just push you down so easily?
Augie Ray will let this ball crawl over to him. Augie, a native of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and in Friday night's game, Wave had a player debut for him named Larson Rogers. Larson is also a New Mexico native, I believe, from Albuquerque. So we've got a couple of Land of Enchantment natives on this team now. Timeout called on the field. We'll take a break. 7:12 left to go in the contest. Wave 10, Ambush 5 on MASL TV.
Ambush 5. More Wave Soccer coming up after the break.
Get everybody in.
Hey, Doreen.
Hey, it's time for Ambassador Hotel Trivia. I have my contestant here, Andy from Union Grove. How good at trivia are you?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Let's look up at the Jumbotron here and see what the question is. Okay, including both player and coaching career, how long has Giuliano Oliviero been part of the Milwaukee Wave? A, 10 years, B, 18 years, C, 23 years, or D, 30 years? What do you think?
I'm going to go with D, 30 years.
Is that your final answer?
Could it? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, I'm just asking. Oh, the answer was C, 23 years. I know, I would have said 32. Hey, Brad tried to help you, but you just couldn't hear him. But thank you for playing Ambassador Hotel Trivia. Van, back to you.
All right, thank you, Doreen. Thank you to the ambassador. Don't forget post-game autograph session. Coming up after the game, get field access. Section 204, Section 212.
Coming down the stretch here for the 24-25 MASL regular season, 7:12 left to go in the final regular season game. But great kick save there by Augie Ray to preserve the 5-goal Milwaukee lead. Now the Ambush get it back out of Ujo with a shot that's wide. Almeida pressing the attack off the end board. Huffman able to knock it away. We're going to have a pushing foul in the middle on James Thomas.
Not sure how Augie Ray saw that one, and I'm sure James Thomas, the St. Louis forward, is not sure how he saw it either.
Almost an instinctive kick out that time from Augie Ray.
Tom, it's been another fun season with you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job. A lot of fun working with you. Ian Thompson, our producer, and the production team. Fantastic as always.
No, it's been a great regular season, AK, and who knows? You know, if Wave can go out to San Diego and win a couple games, we may be back for another broadcast.
2 to go in San Diego. We'll be right back here if that happens.
So the two teams that emerge with a couple of victories in San Diego, remember it's single elimination out there for the quarterfinals and semifinals, will play in a best of 3 for the Ron Newman Cup title, and those will be home field game situations. So that's why if the Wave does make it to the finals, we would have at least one game here in Milwaukee.
The Wave and the Comets, Tom. We've seen that matchup many, many times over the years.
Yes, we have. And that should be another battle for the ages.
And there's a lot that's made about, oh, these teams don't like each other. There's been a healthy rivalry over the years. There's been a lot of respect going way back. I think there's way too much, it's overblown about how these teams hate each other. I don't see that. The fans get into it sometimes, but I think there's a lot of respect between the two teams.
Reynolds going to launch toward the empty net and going to be off mark. As again, Paulo was pressed upfield as a 6th attacker. Well, let's say the Ambush does qualify for the playoffs. How would you like their chances against Chihuahua?
Well, anytime Chihuahua's away from their venue, they're a little bit more vulnerable, but they're still one of the best, if not the best team. But I still think, and I think Giuliano feels as well, that Tacoma gives them a more difficult matchup. They've played each other more times. You know, the Ambush went to Chihuahua this year and played them twice. The first game was a blowout. The second game, they held in through 3 quarters against Chihuahua. That was in Chihuahua's building. But I think Tacoma gives them a better matchup. Anytime you got Nick Pereira on the field, although I will say Will Eske right now, you don't want to face that guy either.
Chihuahua was 8-4-0 away from the very friendly confines of the Corner Sport Arena that miniature bandbox they play in, which as Frank Taillou is going to call for tripping up Nascimento, so he's going to go to the box. Well, tonight's first power play will go to the ambush at 10:06 here in the
Giuliano's got the challenge flag, Tom. Come on, Giuliano. You might as well throw it. You got it. I know that make you happy, Tom.
So anyway, the Savage, going back to last year, I believe they won 18 straights, including postseason matches at the Corner Sport Arena. They have never lost a postseason game at Corner Sport. They are 11-0 all time there. Correa shorthanded. Cesar trying to race by Esque, two of the fastest players in the league. And nice job. Cesar draws a foul. Well done that time.
Right there, we haven't seen that for a long time, by the way. That's good penalty killing right there. Get the ball, get to the boards. Ragtime along the boards, and when you feel contact, go down. That is great penalty killing right there by Cesar Correa.
Cesar ready to play it in on the free kick. Wave will still be shorthanded for 1:39. Breno runs up and hammers a shot that's blocked.
Cesar was wide open if Breno just plays that ball off the back wall. He was right there unmarked.
Javi Steinwasser wins it back. Well done by Javi, and he gets it again.
And head to the boards.
Now Alex Steinwasser. You got both Steinwassers on the penalty killing unit. Alex against the board with Almeida.
And then Alex takes a shot to the face from Araju right there.
Alex he's taken his share of knocks. Him and Breno today have been belted all over the place. But not feeling quite as bad with the Wave up 10-5. Still 55 to go on the power play for St. Louis. Ambush this year. Decent power play, 10 for 25 at 40%. The Wave has killed off penalties at 68%, although they only killed off 1 of 4 against St. Louis the other night. Esque cut off there by the Steinwassers. Couldn't get the shot. Hundelt back for Esque, looking for number 4, and the shot deflected wide. Stuart Grable, good job to nudge it out of the zone on the far side. Now 15 seconds left on the man advantage for the ambush. Esque fires off mark. Deduca will play it down. Almeida, centering pass broken up. And Javi clears downfield. Foul going to be called on the ambush. And a nice job by the Wave to kill off this penalty. It still has 3 seconds to go before Frank Taillou comes out of the booth.
Wave's going to challenge here. Javier talked to coaching staff and said there was an elbow. He did it for you, Tom, just for you.
So they will take a look and see if that was the case. This all happening with 2:57 left to go in the match.
Courtesy of Javier Steinwasser, who adamantly talked the coaching staff into that one. Now, if it's not, Tom, and we see Javi after the game, we're going to tell him, you owe us one right now. You owe us one.
Well, I think we might see him at the post game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see what he's got here. Okay, it's what he wants right here. Let's see what happened. Oh.
Almeida.
Yeah. It wasn't to the head area, but it was right around the shoulder, middle area. Watch him come with the elbow. Right here. Boom. Whoa, that's a red card, Tom. I'm sorry.
Whoa, that was
a red card.
That was intentional.
That's a red card. He's very lucky that it's only a blue. I'm not sure how that's a blue.
I don't either. That was intentional with malice intent.
Yes, it was. That's a red card.
Very disappointed in Lucas Almeida with his intentional elbow.
Yeah, you throw an elbow like that, especially time of the game, score of the game.
I don't know what he's arguing about.
He got the 2 and the 5, I think. I'm not sure if the 5 was for arguing. But he probably should have gotten a 2 plus 5 anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why he's arguing, because he easily
Look
could
at
have
that
got
right there. That's
easily could have got a red card.
That's a red card, man. That's a red card. I'm sure there's people around the league saying, no, you're overblowing that. But no, that's not.
No, that
not
was
just a blue.
Clear video evidence. And so Louis Perez, a local kid from St. Louis who is now in his second season with the Ambush, will go to the box to serve the penalty, since Almeida will have to stay in there after the penalty expires. And let's see if the Wave can just work the clock here a little bit. I'm sure they wouldn't mind scoring again.
No, you want to get a power play goal here.
90 seconds.
Still got 2:20 left in the contest. Wave on the power play this season. 12 of 26, 46%. And St. Louis, as far as penalty kill, pretty good. They killed off 21 of 28, 750. Frank Taillou, between a couple of defenders, worked his way top of the box, got a shot off that was high. Sanchez with the rebound. Alex looking for a hat trick, drives it wide. Ricardo Carvalho now. Still 40 seconds on the power play for Milwaukee.
As Alex attacks down that left side, Ricardo's got to hug the post.
What?
Referee blew the whistle too early, didn't play advantage, and took away that goal.
Unlucky for the Wave. Check it out again. Sanchez is going to find Frank Taillou. Now that's, the whistle blows there just before Frank knocks it into the net. So unlucky for Frank Taillou and the Wave.
30 seconds in the power play. And we need a noise right fans. Come on.
Frank spinning. Shot is blocked. Eske on
Look
the
out.
shorthand breakaway, and save made by Augie Ray. Nice save there by Augie to stop the shorthand bid from Eske. He was looking for his fourth goal of the game. Still 11 seconds on the power play for Milwaukee.
Nice job that time by Augie Ray to cut down that angle.
Paducah drives it in. It's kicked out. Follow up off the mark by Mashoud. Mashoud hustled back to get it as the power play finishes up. Mashoud looks like he might have sprained his ankle there, leaping up, as he is still on the turf, back in his defensive half of midfield. 46.9 seconds to go as the foul is called on the Wave. Mashoud with a leaping effort to head that one away, and then might end up hurting himself there. And he's going to need a little assistance from Paulo coming off.
Paulo doing it all today. Goalkeeping, he's coming forward, taking shots. Now he's acting as the trainer, getting his player off the field.
So the Wave against Kansas City coming up in San Diego, AK. Any preliminary perspective on that one?
Well, both teams know each other quite well. And you know Stefan Stokic is going to have his team well prepared. You got Reggett, Marquez as the target players, two of the best in the league. You got one of the best defensive teams in the league, led by Chad Vandergriff.
A couple of pretty good goalkeepers, whoever plays.
A couple good young players, Acosta.
Well, it'll be a battle between two of the league's best coaches.
And then for the Wave, you've got the big line of Sanchez, Bennett, and Frank Tayu.
They'll put some pressure on that Kansas City defense for sure. But as you said, Art, they are one of the better defensive teams in the league. They gave up 8 today in Baltimore, but
both teams should do well to work on their restarts and special teams this week. It could come down to who executes their special teams more effectively in that game.
KC scoring 151 goals this year, giving up 124. So still a pretty, 137, giving up 124. So they're still plus 13, pretty decent margin there. And the Wave.
Who do you got, Tom? You got San Diego against Tacoma. Who's winning that one tonight? What's your prediction?
I got to go with San Diego on the home turf, but it'll be a battle. That'll do it from here. So the Wave will finish the regular season scoring 177, giving up 144, a very healthy plus 33 margin. We will keep it right here for the post-game interview. Van McNeil will be talking to our star or stars of the game. Sounds like we're going to get Ian Bennett as our guest down low. So we'll look forward to that. Ian with a tremendous game today, 4 goals and an assist.
Well, between Sanchez, Bennett, and Will Eske, those guys put on a show out there today.
Yeah, they sure did. Nice crowd here today, and they saw a great game here between these teams. Turns out well for the Wave as they earn a season split with the Ambush, dropping 2 of the 3 in St. Louis, but winning the single game played here. So Milwaukee continues their dominance in the all-time series. They now lead it 42-7 with a 22-2 mark here in Milwaukee. 20-5 in St. Louis. That's since the Ambush's revival prior to the 2013-14 season, which was the last season of the old MISL. And of course, both teams moving into the MASL, beginning with the 2014-15 season. But good win here today to close out the regular campaign. Wave finishes at 14-8-2, 9-1-2 at home for a total of 42 points to finish 5th in the league standings. The Ambush finished 11-12-1, 5-7-0 on the road. They saw their 5-game winning streak, their club record 5-game winning streak, come to an end. And they finish up at 33 points, which is still 1 point ahead of Tacoma. So Tacoma, with a regulation or overtime win, could still sneak in there. Not sure who holds the tiebreaker if Tacoma has an overtime loss tonight. That would tie them with St. Louis, 33 points. Ambush have more wins and more regulation wins, so I think we'll go with the Ambush.
Yep, that's the first tiebreaker, wins in regulation.
All right, let's get ready to send it down to Van McNeil. He's with Ian Bennett.
All right, down here on the field with our Think Limo driving force of the game. Death, taxes, and IB26 always here at the end of the game. Congrats, Ian.
I guess that's promised right now. But, hey, just blessed, man. Honestly, it was a big night. Jules was honored, and we had to come out, man, because sometimes I think we've lost on his birthday, like 5 years in a row. So we wanted to make sure we came out and we got this win for him because it's all about him tonight.
Statement game here as we move into the postseason and move to San Diego. Talk about the power of the fans in this house.
Yeah, it's massive. You know, we're going to be on the road, but everybody's going to be on the road and stuff. But kudos to St. Louis, man. They played us hard this year. Every game was tough. I mean, we didn't beat them by a lot. Obviously, today we finally brought it, but they came on a back-to-back, and we rested some guys. But we had to do what we had to do, right? And we had to protect our home field, and the fans are just fantastic, man. So we got to just keep it going. Last game here. Hopefully, we can have one more, and that would be the final. So we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to bring it home.
That's what we're hoping for. We got to take care of business out in San Diego at Front Wave Arena, maslsoccer.com for all of the breakdown. It's Kansas City. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, Kansas City, man, last time we played them, they're a fantastic team. They got some big-name players, but we also got some big-name players, and we just got to do what we got to do and full steam ahead, man, and play with that confidence and that swag, and we got this.
Swagger all night on this, man. Congratulations, IB. Anything else before we go?
Hey, Jules, I love you, Jules.
It's all about Giuliano Oliviero. If you missed the jersey retirement ceremony, it'll be up on our YouTube page, along with highlights and more at MilwaukeeWave.com. Ian is absolutely right. It has been a magical night. Tom Wynn, Art Kramer, let's recap this game. Let's go home. Let's go Wave.
All right, sounds good, Van. And again, Ian Bennett, our star tonight, 4 goals and an assist to highlight this victory by the Wave. And, of course, it comes on the retirement ceremony for Giuliano Oliviero's number 21 goes the rafters. He becomes the 7th Wave player to be retired, along with Peter Knezick, Stevie Morris, who was on hand here today, Victor Nogueira, Michael King, and the Dusowskis, Todd and Troy.
And by the way, Javier Steinwasser, he's off the hook, Tom, because he talked Jules into challenging, and he was absolutely right in getting that call. Javier Steinwasser, well done.
Javier Steinwasser, MASL Review Player of the Game. So that will maybe do it for Art and I this year and everybody else. But if the Wave can win 2 in San Diego, we will be back with you. But otherwise, it has indeed been a pleasure to do the broadcast this year. Another great season of Milwaukee Wave Soccer. Hope you all enjoyed it, fans. And again, lots of thanks to everybody who helped make these possible here, including our producer, Ian Thompson, and the rest of our production crew here from Panther Arena. So for my colleague, Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer, possibly for the final time, Tom Wynn wishing you a good one. Again, our final score here today, the Milwaukee Wave 10, the St. Louis Ambush 5. You've been watching Wave Soccer on MASL TV.